It is exactly 9 o'clock a.m. on the dot, if you can see. I'm not doing my makeup today. I'm not getting dressed in like jeans. I have this outfit on. And I'm going to get started working on July's mini collection. The theme is Fisherman Core. I'm gonna try to get this done in 2 days. I have a deadline because of when this video needs to go out. If I can't get this done in 2 days, I can work over the weekend, but my weekend's also very packed, so how I'm going to do this shop update is, since it's a themed mini collection and I'm trying to do these every single month, I'm not going to put out too many products. So this shop update is going to have, I think, around 5 or 6 products. So that's what I'll be working on over the next 2 days to get everything drawn, printed out, rendered, and ready to go. I'm hopeful in myself that I can get it done. It's currently Thursday, so by tomorrow night, I'm really hoping to have everything on my shelves. The first thing I'm gonna do is finish up stickers that I started last night. I don't have the whole process recorded, but I will just jump right back into it and show you what I have going on for those stickers. This is what I have so far. I have the base of 4 seafood creatures. So I have a salmon, a lobster, shrimp, and squid. And, okay, I'm so allergic to you right now. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna be working on. And I'm just gonna jump right into the process. So I knew that I wanted the sticker pack to have a lobster and a shrimp, but that I didn't want it to be all shellfish because I was already doing an oyster product. You'll see that later on in the video. So that's why I chose a squid and a fish for the other 2. One thing about the coloring for stickers for me is that I want to keep them very simple, but I also want to give them a painterly feel without it looking too complicated. So that's what I'm doing right now with the colors. I'm coloring in this lobster a red color, and then I'm going back over with some varying orange, red, and pink tones to make it look more interesting. But I'm keeping the shading and the highlights pretty simple so that everything looks uniform, and again, it just doesn't look too overly complicated. I love how this one turned out. I love drawing lobsters. For some reason, I have a lot of lobster things in my house right now. I don't even live by the ocean. My last phone case I had lobsters on it, and I have like this little lobster plushie. So I definitely wanted to include lobsters in this shop update. For this shrimp, you can't really tell in the camera, but it was a little bit too peachy pink toned for what I wanted. So I did go back later and changed it to more of an orange so that you could really see the varying colors between the shrimp and like the squid, which is very much a pink and purpley color. But for now, I'm just doing the same thing that I did with the lobster. I'm coloring in kind of like a cell shading type situation with the highlights and the mid-tones, and then I'm blending it all out. I go back and kind of touch it up and erase a few parts just to make everything look cohesive and natural and not too, again, overly complicated. I have to remind myself that next time I draw something with like antennas or any like feelers, not to make them super thin, or to make sure that my cut border goes all the way around so that I don't cut out the actual little spiral. His little, I know I'm gonna say this wrong, but I'm not gonna Google it. I'm gonna call it, it's not an antenna, and I know that. It's his little feelers, that's what I'll call them. His little feelers are super thin, and I drew just around, I don't know if I'm explaining this right, but I drew just around with the cut lines, so I had to be super careful when popping all of my stickers out so that the little spiral in his feelers didn't get stuck or tore off, and I had a couple of close calls, so next time I know to just put thick white cut lines around the whole thing and not go too close to the shape. Again, I don't know if that makes sense or not. Moving on to the squid. I really love the colors that I chose for this. I love the pink and purple. Later you'll see little purple hearts that I put on him. I think that the squid might be my favorite. Also notice Toast is definitely going to make lots of appearances in this. I can't tell her what to do. She is my boss. It's just the way it is. Now you'll see me just kind of bouncing back and forth, finishing up everything. I do that a lot. I go back and fix one piece of my project before moving on to the next, and vice versa. I kind of jump around. With this salmon that you see here, this pink and green watermelon looking guy, I ended up using him and the next fish you'll see me draw for something else. I'm going to talk about it after this, but I decided not to go with salmon after all, to do a sardine instead, and then actually make another sticker pack just for salmon because I ended up drawing two. It's a whole thing. So yeah, you'll see me drawing these two salmons and not being very sure about it, and then I just end up having a whole other fish when I talk about it after this. So it is what it is, but I love how this sticker pack turned out overall. I love the other sticker pack that came from all of the salmon. So yeah, I think it all turned out really well. So it's been 2 hours since I was recording and I went a little overboard. So I'll show you what I drew. So first off is this page with all of the finished stickers for the fish sticker pack. And you'll see that there's a sardine in place of the salmon that you saw me drawing. And that's because I just really didn't like the colors that I had to choose for that one sockeye salmon. So I drew another salmon, and then at that point I drew two salmons. So I decided to put those aside and finish this sticker pack with a separate fish. So I chose a little sardine. So this guy's done. And then because I already had two salmon drawn, I decided to do another sticker pack and kind of art print combo kind of thing. So I drew two more salmons. And then I made it into an art print as well. So it has their species names next to them with some cute stripes and stuff. So that's all I did in 2 hours. I now have two sticker packs and a print. So that's fun. So now I'm moving on to my oyster plate design that I have for a tote bag. So I will go ahead and show you that now. My original design for these oysters was to draw them on a platter, but when I started drawing the shells, I realized they looked better in a shape kind of surrounding each other like this. So I decided to go against the plate idea. I've drawn a lot of shells before, but I've never drawn an actual oyster inside, so I was really worried that I was going to make them look gross, I guess. So it took me a while to get that right, but I like the way that I ended up drawing them. Kind of this darker rim around the edges and a lot of the shadows inside. I don't have any knowledge on oyster anatomy, so I'm not going to even try. But I blocked out the general shapes of an oyster with browns and then this green color, kind of using it as a highlight. And I really like the way it turned out. I had to skip around a lot because this took me quite a long time to do. And even with it sped up, it was like a 7-minute video. So anyways, I had to chop it up a little bit. And then I also played around with the background color a lot. I originally had it blue, and then I liked the pink better, but I think it blended in with the oysters too much. So I think I went back to the blue, but I think it looks cute either way. But yeah, this is my oyster print. Okay, I have officially been drawing for 6 or 7 hours straight now, so I'm gonna take a break and take this guy for a walk. So now that I've had a little break, I think I'm ready to move on to my next drawing, which will be my character. I think that what I'm gonna do is bring back my old character from a t-shirt design I made a few months back. If this little character works out, it will be for, I think, a t-shirt design or maybe a sticker. I can't remember what I wrote down. I'm gonna do that now, and then afterwards I'll see what time it is and if I have time for another drawing today. So I'm gonna get started on my little character. So I wanted to bring back this frog that I drew I think late last year, and I want to make him a recurring character sometimes. So for this drawing, I wanted him to be holding a big fish that he caught, kind of like a lot of guys' profile pictures on dating apps. So that's what I did here. I also played around with his height. In the t-shirt design I drew, he's very tall, and so I tried to do that here, but it just didn't work out very well, so I made his legs a little bit shorter. So now he just looks like a little short king holding his fish. I love this frog. And then I wanted to draw a little bit of a background, so I gave him a fishing pole. I kept it really simple because I wasn't sure if I was going to use this for a t-shirt design, and usually when I put something on a t-shirt or tote bag, I keep the colors really simple. So that's what I did at first here. I did go back and add a little bit more color. The final version of this is on my Instagram if you want to go see it, but this is what I came up with in the moment. I definitely wanted to make sure I colored in his boots and hat yellow. and the rest of him like a little denim and just, you know, just a classic fisherman outfit. I don't really know what a classic fisherman outfit is, but I hope this is right. So yeah, this is my little frog piece. If you guys have suggestions on a name, let me know because I haven't named this OC yet. Here was my list of all of the things that I needed to get done for the shop update, and I have 2 more things to go. I think I'm gonna call it a night. It just turned 7 o'clock and I've been drawing since 9 this morning. Yeah, I'm gonna call it a night and I'll see you tomorrow. And hopefully by then I will be almost done drawing and onto the printing and everything. Good morrow, brethren. It is currently 11:30 or 12 or something like that on Friday. And I have already finished my sardine drawing, so in a second I will switch over to that and talk about the process. I'm also deciding on whether or not to do a bookmark. Because of all of the products that I did that I didn't really plan on doing, I might just skip the bookmark this time and maybe plan for the future to order out the bookmarks so that I don't have to cut them in-house, because I swear bookmarks are going to be my downfall. So I think I'm just gonna skip out on that this time. But that brings me to the cutting process. We're going to get into printing everything out, taking pictures, cutting, all that good stuff. Okay, I got everything up and ready to go for the shop update. I'm pretty sure when you guys are seeing this video, the shop update will have just came out today. I ended up getting 2 sticker packs done and 3 other products, I think 2 tote bags and 2 prints. So I hope you guys get a chance to check it out. Like I said, it should be live right now, and I'll see you guys over there. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.